Okay, so let's talk about my track Dawning, and wow, the lens is so dirty from the dog.
2 feet that wanna go, one heart that's running low.
Hey guys, on my way to the studio this morning I've checked Spotify. My track Dawning has now reached 2 million plays in I think 10 months. This is really amazing and has to be celebrated. Okay, enough of celebrating. It's time to get the next 2 million on the next track. I also need to finish my mixtape. I know I said yesterday I will finish it at night. I also finished it, but now on the way to the studio I listened again to it and I didn't really like it. There are a couple of things that bother me, so I think I will start all over again and not leave this chair until I'm all done with it.
Be alone out in the dark.
I'm finally done with the mixtape. I will try to explain you how I reached the 2 million plays on Spotify, but first of all I need to get lunch with Gordon. He's already waiting downstairs.
Hey, how you doing?
I think he missed me.
Sort of.
Lunch is on me.
Oh, thanks.
I've reached 2 million plays on Spotify with Dawning.
Congrats.
So
Seriously?
yes, really nice.
Great news.
So,
Guten Appetit.
and as always, while we're having lunch, Brutus will entertain you.
Oh, till the sun is coming.
Now he's hiding or trying to find something to eat.
Till the new dawn is.
I'm again responsible for Gordon's dog, and he really likes to sniff chewing gums on the floor. Your poor dog has to watch all of the people coming out of the supermarket with food. Ciao, ciao, Brutus. Komm, Pöttchen. Nein. Kann er nicht.
Have a good
Ciao.
Bye.
I still really can't believe that I have 2 million plays on one of my tracks. If you're really interested in how I got so many plays in all detail, you could go back to my very first video that was right around the time where I started working on the track and watch all of them up until now. If that's too much to ask, let me just summarize what happened with this track. I've released the track myself with the help of a very established German house label that is now also responsible for my management. The key component is of course having a good, finished and solid track. Then you promote your track on YouTube, SoundCloud and all other platforms. If you're interested in that topic, I've made already special videos about it that I will link up at the end of this one. Since a lot of Spotify users just follow playlists and listen to the tracks within the playlist, it is really important to get your tracks into one of those. Unfortunately, you don't have any influence in that. They are curated by Spotify. So make a good track and try to promote it to get a bit of plays. They will see that and it will be more likely that you get into one of those bigger Spotify playlists. Since you can't really influence that entire system, you can only just make more tracks, release them constantly and make them as good as possible. This will make it more likely that one of those will be picked up. I had to release quite a lot of tracks. My first one that really passed the million is Walking Down the Line, an older track. And now the newer one that is really successful is Dawning. All About has also reached 600,000. And my newest track, Dancing With Our Hearts, is right now at 40,000. Just 2 weeks after release. Over the years you will build up a following, it will be way easier to get more plays on new releases, and it will be more likely that your tracks get featured. Since having a constant output is so important, it's about time to go back to working on the track from yesterday. There are unfortunately a couple of business things that are stuck in my head, so it's really hard to focus today on making music. So let me take care of these problems really quick. Yeah, so really quick turned out to be really long. It's now 8. The problem is unfortunately still not solved. But I don't care, I still have 2 million plays on my Dawning track. I also got the vocals for my next track called Not Scared with Anastasia. She redid 1 or 2 parts. They now sound really good. I think I will start working on the track tomorrow, but for today it's really just time to call it a day. I didn't expect today to stay here so long. I don't have a jacket with me. It's dark outside and probably super cold. It was already cold while having the lunch. So I think I will order me one of those car-to-goes or drive-nows to get back home. I got a BMW X1. Never drove with one, so let's go. Vanessa complained that I ate all of her snacks, so getting her some new ones. Driving back home with this X1 is not going to happen. I can't connect, so walking back home. It's so cold. And I was complaining 2 weeks ago that it's too warm in my studio. It's so cold. Today's the last day I'm not wearing a jacket. Tomorrow, warmest things I have in my closet. I've made half of the way, just 10 more minutes. I started sneezing. Not a good sign. If I get a cold tomorrow, I will freak out. I know everybody hates to be sick, but when I'm getting sick, I'm not getting paid for staying at home. I hope Vanessa made something nice to eat. At least she put the water on. This feels nice and warm. Sorry for eating all of your snacks.
That's okay.
And I got 2 million plays on Spotify on my Dawning track. It's really no wonder I was freezing. It's just 7 degrees outside. It's cold. And by the way, I'm now going back to working on the mixtape. I still feel like that there are 2 or 3 tracks that don't really fit into it. So changing everything all over again before going to bed. He loves the camera. Did you lick the camera? Yeah.